I'm Taylor Harris here with the GC Summit, and I'm here with Frank. He helps out here at school with the self-defense for women's class. And can you just tell us a little bit of your background, like how you came to assist in this class?
I used to teach up here. I used to teach self-defense and then officer arrest control techniques some years ago. And then when I retired, out of boredom or whatever, I decided to assist in any way I could, because it's really difficult to teach that class and demonstrate on a student. It's much easier if they have someone to demonstrate on, so they don't have to be involved in an actual process till they're a little bit better versed on it. And I've got a very extensive background in martial arts and self-defense. Been teaching that for 40, 50 years. So I just decided to help.
Okay, so you more or less help demonstrate with Michael Connery then?
Yeah, Mike is the one that actually is the teacher of record, or the instructor of record, and I'm here as a volunteer. Yeah, it's difficult to give a few pointers in a few minutes, because in most cases people aren't going to remember that. And in the techniques in the martial arts and in the self-defense class, it's a full semester, because we redo the techniques over and over, because these techniques have to be fluid, they have to be natural, they have to actually work. You have to have confidence in it. I can't teach you that in a couple of seconds. Right. I can't have you do a technique once and then you're going to use it in a stressful situation. We always do in a stressful situation what we've practiced. And if you have practice, you're probably going to be like deer in headlights. You're going to be startled, and by the time you formulate a reaction, it may be too late. So my suggestion is, if a lifestyle puts you in jeopardy, then either take a class like this, or get involved in some martial arts, or change your lifestyle. And things such as appropriate clothing, making it very obvious to a male who is interested that you're not, by saying no and not playing game. No. Being honest and saying, look, I'm not interested. I have a boyfriend. I'm in a relationship. Leave me alone. If you don't leave me alone, I will seek redress, and someone will force you to leave me alone. If you're going home, lock your door when you get in the house. Turn your lights on. Maybe walk around your house and check. There are many, many avenues nowadays for females who are targeted in some way if they're aware of it. If they're not aware of it, then I guess you have to be smarter than the rest of the herd and be aware of your surroundings. If, for instance, you parked your car, park it under a light.
Right. If
you're going to be coming back late at night, try to go with a group, such as ask a couple of other females, or maybe a couple of guys, or the instructor. If that isn't an option, then call the campus police, ask them, please, I'm parked on the other side of the parking lot, could you please escort me to my vehicle? If you get your vehicle and it's a flat tire, and don't stand there and try to redo it yourself. If you don't have AAA or somebody that can come get you, a friend or whatever, then get a hold of the campus police and say, could you please stand by while I change my tire? In other words, use all of that's available to you to make it as safe for you as possible.
How important do you think it is to tell police? Because I know there's a lot
Absolutely
of people who are afraid
crucial.
that their identity, or there's the stigma, the shame, and things like that. But
well,
what are your...
My feeling is this: if someone else may have reported the same person or same perpetrator, then there may be record of this, and they start seeing similar activity, and they start narrowing in on potential suspects. The police are pretty good at apprehending folks. Unfortunately, the court and our overcrowded jails doesn't always make that effective, but the police are pretty good of identifying the perpetrators if you're a good witness. If someone reports it, then the police at least have a beginning point. And if someone else reports something and they're similar, now they have two, and pretty soon they can develop a pattern and make people aware. Like, I understand the campus police sent around information to all the female students, which is great. That's a start. We all carry cell phones. Even I carry a cell phone now. Well, we have the capability of taking a picture or reporting it. And let's say you see something. You don't have to get involved. Just start taking pictures. People that are doing this don't want to be on video. They don't want to have someone reporting or being a good witness.
Right.
So it can either disprove someone that's a person of interest, or it can prove that that person, in fact, is a perpetrator. And that means after an assault, don't clean up. If you have scrapings on your fingernails, or there is body fluid transfer or something of that nature, bring it to the police's attention. They can, one, get your medical attention. They can bring an advocate that speaks on your behalf and sits through these things with you and explains the process. They can suggest psychological counseling. They can provide fresh clothing. They can provide transportation to your house, and maybe even going to your house and check it out. Reporting it to police or law enforcement is exceedingly important. To not do that, it's just, you're giving the guy a free ride. You may even know the perpetrator, and you may feel guilty that you may have led him on, or didn't say no in the right fashion, or you were dressed inappropriately and the person took the wrong cue. Still report it. It starts by saying no. Once you've done that, then the law is on your side. It doesn't matter what you were dressed in, where you were, who you were with. Even if you were with a person that you thought was going to be a nice date and things got out of hand, you still have the right to say no and disengage.
So those are some very good pointers, and just out there for you ladies and gentlemen, the main thing is just be aware of your surroundings. You park in well-lit areas, walk out to your car in groups. If you have pepper spray, always have that on hand. Have your keys ready when you're going to your car. You also want to make sure that if someone is approaching you, that you're confident when you tell them no, you don't want their attention, and etc. And the most imperative thing for anyone out there who is sexually assaulted or advanced in an unwanted way is to make sure that you report it to the authorities. There's multiple reasons. One is DNA can help catch perpetrators or people of interest, but also if that happens to someone, you're able to seek counseling. So just make sure that everyone's aware. A lot of these things are common sense. Just make sure that you're always looking up, that you're not inside your bags or being distracted, and just be aware of your surroundings.